Hello and welcome everyone. It's that time again. I'm actually about a minute early, but it's that time, at least for me, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, where we gather at this time every Friday and talk about any and all things vegan. And then a little some extra too. We don't talk about all vegan, but yeah, we are very open and diverse people. But yeah, we're very vegan focused. So if you are interested in veganism, if you are a vegan, if you want to learn more about veganism, come and hang with us. We've built up a really chill, friendly following of people. So come and hang with us. And if you're not even vegan, you're vegetarian or a regular meat eater, you're welcome here too. It's all good. We're not gonna like bite you or anything like that. We're here to like actually share good information and be like decent people rather than, a-holes, as some vegans can sometimes be. Even, just non-vegans are a-holes too, but yeah, we're not a-hole friendly here. So anyway, and if you hate us, you think all vegans are horrible people, I'm a despicable human because I won't put dead flesh in my mouth, try to be a decent human yourself and explain why you feel that way, and maybe we can have a conversation. So anyway, yeah, and yeah, I'm wearing Heidi's shirt right now. Hey, thanks Heidi for the shirt once again that you got me back at Veg Fest out your way in the Boston area. So thanks so much. And thanks to everyone for coming to our Love Spirals music video lyric visualizer premiere that happened right before the live stream. So if you didn't see it, we just did it about 10 minutes ago. So got to check it out, everyone. Uncle, everyone. In fact, I'll show some of it later. It's a song I'm quite proud of. It's called No Reply. So I'll show it a little bit later in the live stream so you guys can check it out. Yeah, I remember a few of you guys came over. I saw Heidi and Late Model. A few others, and some just Love Spirals, pure Love Spirals fans. They're not vegans or anything like that. Came over too. It was just kind of a quick thing. Angie put the video together. I think it was just yesterday, or was it the day before? The days are kind of blurring right now. I woke up this morning. The song came out last night at midnight Eastern time, 9 p.m. our time. So we've been on a tear, letting the world know about it today. So, Angie said, hey, why don't we just premiere the video right before live stream? I said, yeah, why not? So we didn't give it much advance notice, but it doesn't really matter on these. It'll get out there. And YouTube's not like the primary discovery platform for people discovering our music. It's like Spotify, really. So anyway, just want to get out and share it with you. But anyway, thanks for being here with us. Thanks. I'm glad you guys liked it all. You got to check it out, Foo. Yeah, I do some cool wah-wah solo on there. Really restrained kind of thing. Yeah, check it out. And thanks for being a member, EWQ, formerly known as Vegan Metalhead. And I'm sorry to hear that your dad's going to a nursing home for rehab. Yeah, hope your dad's cool and you're doing cool. Yeah, it sucks having parents getting older and needing more care, and something happened to a lot of us. Yours truly included there. And yeah, Foo was there. Yes, how would I forget Foo? Yeah, we were joking around with Foo in there too. I'm having vegan brain frog once again. But yeah, we've had a lot of just stuff this week, and that's why I didn't make a non-live stream video this week. For the past 3 days, we've had people coming in here working on things. Remember I told you, I think it was about 6 months ago, our dishwasher pretty much broke. It could still run and wash dishes, but it wouldn't heat up anymore, so the dish cleaning sucked in it. It was always wet and kind of dirty. Anyway, had to get an electrician over to get a proper outlet installed. Did that day before and yesterday, finished up. Today the installation happened. I didn't even know. I kind of got up early. For me, early, like 7:45. I checked my phone. I saw, whoa, we have wow, they scheduled us for the installation? I didn't get a phone call or talk to anyone, but apparently they just assumed we'd be here. And I just called up to make sure it was true because I thought that was wonderful. Yeah, come today. So I didn't go to the gym today. So we dedicated the day making sure that was able to happen, and it did. They always come out the late end of the time window, So we're sitting around all morning just kind of waiting. We're getting work done. But anyway, yeah, finally got the dishwasher happening again. So that's kind of nice. Kind of forgot what it's like to open up your dishwasher at the end of a cycle and things are clean and kind of dry. So anyway, yeah, it's been kind of crazy this week with that happening. But anyway, we got that handled finally. And yeah, sorry I didn't get a video out this week. I just couldn't squeeze it in. When guys are working here, I gotta answer questions sometimes. They're banging crap. I can't really research, let alone record a video. So anyway, yeah, next week should have a more wide open schedule, I hope. So anyway, at least all the planned fixing things have been taken care of this week. It was quite a lot. So I'll tell you, that's why a lot of the days are kind of blurring together for me. But anyway, I'm glad we have Uncle here to moderate. Peter said he is like, probably said he's traveling in a train across Canada or something like that. So yeah, hopefully it'll be chill tonight, Uncle. I think just you and me, we got it. Rarely have I seen a time where we need like multiple moderators. Usually one moderator is more than plenty. So welcome everyone else getting here now. I see VLAM arrive and AJ and Nikki and I did all the regs here so far. I think I did. Blood Rose, welcome. And Travis, cool, everyone's showing up. VLAM, can't live without a dishwasher. Glad you got that sorted. Thanks. I feel kind of bougie. You know what that term means, VLAM, out in Asia? Bougie. Like, it's like, ooh, a dishwasher. You don't need a dishwasher. Like, the way our house is set up, our kitchen, we kind of need one because without it, we don't have like a dual sink like most modern homes have. Like, there's one sink and another. We just have one, so it's hard to like get it set up to wash dishes manually. And we have such limited counter space. There's no real good space for like a drying rack. So it's quite challenging to do it manually. So we really kind of do need a dishwasher at this house. So anyway, yeah, your setups might be different. It might be easier actually just do it by hand. But here it's really, really super challenging. AJ, you are your dishwasher law. I said if it was easy to do, I would just do it, but it's tough. The best way to do it is have one person wash it and have your loved one next to you drying it or something like that. Not the most practical way of doing things. Hey, Carmichael here is too. Yeah, these are first world problems, but yeah. But anyway, it needed to be done. It's just dumb. It's just pointless having a half working defective dishwasher in your house. Just if you got a spot for it, put a new one in. So that's what we did. Yeah, Angie put, our sink is like probably from the 1930s. It's tiny, it's old, and just one basin. Is that what they're called? Wow, you haven't used your dishwasher? We used it maybe 5 times in 6 years. Why is that, late model? Is it just kind of like on the brink or something like that, kind of old and on the way out? Or is it just kind of like, you just don't need to, you're just doing fine without it? Because I said, you can, yeah, if your kitchen is set up, properly, you can do just fine without one, but ours, it's super challenging. Yeah, we hardly have any counter space, no place for a drying rack or anything. It's just too tiny. It's not a modern kitchen, let's say. It's probably built in the 30s. Cool, everyone's showing up. Welcome everyone. Uncle, you can get a dish drainer to sit next to the sink. Yeah, I guess, yeah, we're past that now, fortunately, so it's all good. So yeah, we're kind of tired. Yeah, for me, I don't know why I woke up. We've been super tired. I guess the workers coming in here have kind of altered our sleeping schedules. So yeah, Angie and I are both kind of already tired. We've been up, for us, usually I get up around 9 or so, maybe 10 if I'm really lucky today, but like 7:45. So I'm already a little tired. And like I said, I didn't even go to the gym today because I was, here for the whole install process and, helping get our release. No Reply, our new song. Let the world and all our social media know about that. So here's why late model hasn't used their dishwasher. I just don't have or want enough dishes to use a dishwasher. I always need the dirty dishes before the washer is full enough to run. And you hand wash all your pots. Yeah, if you can do that, cool. If your kitchen is set up to make that a not so horrible experience, go for it. Because I spent most of my life without one too, without a dishwasher. But in this house, like I said, super challenging. It's very limited on counter space. Yeah, tired because I'm vegan. No, just tired because it's been a weird week. Having a new song come out, today is weird, and promoting it is weird, and having all the different people come by to do electrical and dishwasher installation work. Oh, you have a giant island where your sink is. Yeah, there's no island in our kitchen. It's tiny. It's a galley-shaped, galley-style kitchen. No islands or peninsulas. So yeah. Anyway, I know you're missing Carmichael, but someone will say that, because let's all remember back to when we used to eat meat, right? Let's try to remember those days. You remember, you never got tired, right? Never got sleepy. You never felt exhausted ever, right? You always had infinite, abundant energy, right? And then as soon as you go vegan, you're done, right? You just get exhausted looking at a weightlifting bench or just get exhausted looking at a basketball court without stepping on it. Yeah, VLAM, totally true. Oh yeah, Angie points out too, because the night before last she woke up at 4 a.m. and we woke up kind of warm and both had trouble going back to sleep for like over an hour. Then the neighbor started using her leaf blower like at 8 in the morning. They just do weird shit, you know. Yeah, it was just a tough night to go back to sleep. So we're still kind of recovering. So yeah, it has nothing to do with being vegan. It just has to do with having a night of weird sleep. I'm not sure why, but then the neighbor don't leaf blow at 8 a.m. guys, if you live right next door to people. That can wait till like 9 or 10 a.m. 8's is like ungodly for a leaf blower. Metalhead, you're tired, you're going to bed, you're tired, you must be vegan, right? Angie says, yeah, some guy, I remember this dude, it was years ago, he always commented like, yeah, you seem like you're doing okay, like you're doing healthy, blah blah blah, but what do you say? He said if you would just eat a tiny bit of meat, you'd have all these great benefits, like a tiny bit, like it's like I already feel great, except for like, you know, weird things that might happen, like, you know, having a rough night of sleep or something like that. But no, it's like, no, why would I? First of all, it would violate all my ethical principles in the first place. It's, you know, because it's unnecessary. It's, you don't need animal products in order to be a healthy person, to get the nutrients you need. But more importantly, it's like, why would I even if say I had no ethical things, if, you know, I'm following a plant-based diet, let's just say I'm plant-based, it's already working. You know, it's doing the things I wanted to. How is adding meat into it going to make it better? I already feel better. It felt better when he was saying this crap to us a few years ago, eating a vegan diet, than I did before. So why would I want to go back to adding the stuff from before? It's already working. But yeah, it's already working and it violates my ethical principles. So no brainer to not. He's just trolling, you know. The people try anything to get you to not be vegan. Just do an experiment for a week, see how you feel. Well, then I wouldn't be vegan. You know, then you won. You know, just making me do a stupid experiment for social media. No, I'm not going to violate my ethical principles to make a dumb video, you know, for clicks. You know, it's just, it would, first of all, I wouldn't do it because I have my morals. Secondly, it would just ruin my reputation in the vegan community, knowing I would abandon veganism just for shits and giggles to make a stupid challenge experiment video. Like, what kind of vegan does that? I'm sure some have. Don't mention any names down there. I'm just saying I'm not one of those people. Anyway, so let's see what's going on. Oh, Carmichael, you're telling us about the mushroom delivery job. It's not going to work out because of scheduling issues. Still currently doing meat delivery 3 days a week. Oh man, sorry to hear that. Yeah, just keep looking, you know, just keep looking. Fu Man Poo, you don't give a damn about your reputation. Well, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, if back then I was really big into being on YouTube, not to say I'm not now, but it was like, you know, like the main thing. I was doing that more than music, you know. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, if you're trying to build up your vegan YouTube channel and you just abandon your veganism for a challenge, like, you know, no real vegan's gonna like take you seriously anymore. They're just gonna think you're a clown, and I'm not a clown, and I wouldn't abandon my morals like that anyway. So anyway, let's see, what else you guys talking about? Oh, let's see. You don't give a damn about your reputation. Is that Joan Jett? Is it AJ? Isn't it like an older song? Like I hear like some '60s thing, like is it like the Who, like My Generation or something like that. Anyway, let me know. I'm just kind of curious now. I wonder if I'm like doing some vegan brain frog hallucinating right now. It is Joan Jett. Okay. What's that Memento Mori dress as a clown and eat a meat popsicle challenge? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Would I do that? Say some meteor came. You know, Ryan, you look like you're doing pretty good on your vegan diet there, but you'd feel even better if just try it for a week. Dress up like a clown and eat meat popsicles along with your plants, and tell me then if you feel like you're better wearing the clown costume and eating meat popsicles. It's just as absurd as just eat meat for a week to me. They're equally absurd, equally not going to happen, equally not going to violate my ethical principles for some silly thing like that. So anyway, all right, so what else are you guys talking about here? Just kind of reading through the comments here. Oh, Carmichael, cool. You got to get up early for an early weekend trip to New York City. Awesome, cool. Let's hang as long as you can. Yeah, if you're on the East Coast, it's already 9:15 almost right now, so I totally get it. Angie and I wondered, God, what time are we going to go to bed tonight? We're going to crash out early, at 10:30 or 11, or are we going to get a second wind and stay up till midnight or 1? But anyway, we'll see how it goes. I understand when to get some sleep. Yes, having good sleep is golden. I think we went to bed around midnight last night, maybe a little before. Then I woke up at 7:45, and for some reason I went to check my phone. I think it was to get the app open to adjust my air conditioner thing. I can remote control it from an app, and I saw, I got a voicemail from the install delivery people, and that's been on a weird trip ever since. You love your Nana bedtime late model. That's cool. Hey, if that's how you're wired, more of an early riser, totally cool. I now that I'm getting up earlier than I have been for most of my life meaning from say the age of 20 to 45 or 50, I've been, a historical late riser. Now that I get up a little earlier, 8-ish, 8:30, 9, but between 8 and 9, I kind of like getting up a little earlier, you kind of, there's advantages to it, I feel like I can get more stuff done. And I'm not as always constantly getting woken up by people making noise early in the morning, like gardeners with all their machines and neighbors with their machines. Usually they don't get started till after 8:30 or 9. If I need to sleep until 10 or 11, I'm gonna get woken up all the time. So anyway, there's some advantages of that, living in a loud urban environment like I unfortunately do. I've heard of the Hit Factory. That's where you're going? Cool. What are you going to be doing there? What are you going to be doing at the Hit Factory, Carmichael? Jealous. Very rarely do I step into a major recording studio, but it's always interesting to see all the just how well they're built, how well they're equipped and everything. But the bottom line is, assuming you're not recording a real band with drums and all this stuff, you don't need all that stuff. Those studios can handle anything. But for the kind of music that we do, I honestly, I'll take the Pepsi challenge. Compare one of our songs and productions and mixes with stuff produced in world-class studios. I think our stuff holds up. Not to be boastful, but there's ways you can do that as a home recordist, and like I said, if you have to record a drum set, that makes things way more challenging. But here, we're just recording one thing at a time. Either it's Angie singing or my guitars or something like that. One microphone at a time. You just get one really good microphone or two, a really good mic preamp, some good outboard gear, compressors. You can have a world-class recording chain. But yeah, studios like that will have top studios like you're talking about, like Hit Factory, often have a whole collection of world-class microphones, like vintage tube microphones from the 40s and 50s, and modern classics like the $10,000 Sony microphone, and you'll have a whole bunch of that stuff, and you only need a few of them, really. But anyway, I'm saying, yeah, it's cool to see all that stuff. You can really do a lot of good stuff at home now. Oh, late model, you like working out early, so you've cultivated an earlier lifestyle. You don't think you was wired in any which way you acclimate. Hey, maybe so. Yeah, that's it. I'm kind of acclimating to my body having me get up earlier too. Wow, Uncle, you used to get up at 5 a.m. to go to work? Wow, that's pretty brutal. Let's see, Fu Man, your loaf lifestyle requires very, very early bedtimes. I know you get tired, but then I know you're on the East Coast too. What's that, Luciano? You think there may be earbuds that are noise canceling and are meant to sleep in? It may be easier to sleep. I have Apple AirPod Pro 3s, the latest ones. I remember I went when the day they got released at the Apple Store. One of the few times I got a day on a product on the day of its launch. But anyway, yeah, they're cool. They cancel noise out great. I still haven't tried to sleep in them. You know, they stick out of your ear. Maybe there's other ones that are engineered to not bulge out in any way, you know. But I sleep on my side all the time, so I haven't tried sleeping in them. Okay, Carmichael, what are you doing out? What are you going to do at the studio there? Ryan, there's a seminar called In the Studio with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, his producer is holding a seminar. I assume it's a dude. A seminar all about working with him. Going to play music, share stories. That's cool. That's totally awesome. That sounds fun. Yeah. Yeah. Let me know how that goes. I'm jealous. That should be really fun. When you're there, see what kind of vocal. What era did the producer work with Michael? Because he spanned the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. So yeah, see what era. Do you know what era the producer was working with Michael? And if so, hopefully you'll find out what vocal microphones that Michael was recording on, because a lot of the legends are, instead of using like I said, old priceless tube condenser mics from like Germany built in the 40s and stuff like that. I heard he's using some some basic microphones, like ones that you mic up a guitar amp, or the ones you see on the Joe Rogan podcast that all the podcasters have. Relatively modest, inexpensive mics, and he sounds wonderful on them. That's the thing about a great vocalist like Michael Jackson. You could put pretty much anything in front of their mouth and start recording, and it's going to sound good just because they're just such good singers and have great tone. It's hard to mess it up. What's that, AJ? You get up at 7 a.m. every morning to moderate a YouTube show despite being a night owl. It messes with your sleep patterns. Oh my God, AJ. And see, that's why I haven't ever taken up your offer for you to moderate our live stream here, because I know you moderate other live streams, like multiple, plural. So I want to let you have some live streams purely as an audience member, purely for you to enjoy and not have to worry about clowns or anything like that. So... Hey, Peter's here. Hey, you're out. You'll try to come on in a few hours. You mean an hour? Okay, we still should be here. I mentioned, you said you're traveling. You're in a train or something like that. So, hey, however long you can be here, Peter, the greater, the better. Because we just like you being here. But Uncle's got it under control. I anticipate tonight will go down much like the past few live streams, particularly like last week, where we had absolutely zero trolls, zero people trying to F with you guys or trying to F with me. So we should be cool. Okay, so this producer worked with Michael Jackson from 85 to 2005. All right, so yeah, I'm not as familiar with that era with Michael. The last album I remember liking. Are you still with us, Angie? It's the album that had Butterfly and Rock My World. Two really amazing songs. And I remember when they came out, I didn't hear them. I discovered those songs like years, I think, after Michael passed away. And I was just blown away. Like, wow, he's totally on top of his game here in the 2000s. Really well performed. Super, super great performances. Engineered perfectly. But yeah, Michael spans time. His music is timeless, classic, great music. A musical genius, basically. He's going to talk about and play Michael Jackson's 1995 album history. Yeah, I'll try to ask about the mics. Yeah, see, we can find out. Ask him if it's true he really recorded his voice on Shure SM57s. I'm sorry, Shure SM57s or SM7s, the bigger one you see the podcasters have. See if there's truth to that, because that's the street rumor. Oh, wow. Bestie met Michael Jackson? Holy shit, man. Bestie's been around. Hey, thanks for sending that mix again. Yeah, after the podcast, after the live stream last week, Late Model sent me a remix that her bestie did of a 90s kind of like ravey kind of band. The Bestie's remix wasn't ravey or anything like that, but actually a Late Model, we went down a rabbit hole of the band. Actually, we learned the history. I forgot the name of the project that your bestie did the remix from. It's like Ekara or something like that. but it was just a name they did for that one song. Their real name was the Three E's. See, I went down this rabbit hole, and the label said, well, we want to promote that song, that Bestie remix, Love is Blind. But the band said, well, we make more ravey music. This song is really smooth and sexy, and they didn't want to be known for that, so they changed the name. Anyway, yeah, we found the original production for Love is Blind that the Three E's made themselves. It's really freaking rad. It's this chill, driving, deep house song, really just soulful, sexy song. Wow, yeah. And it didn't make it to like streaming media. Just some guy has like a YouTube recording of the audio, probably straight off vinyl or something like that. But yeah, it's really cool. I think I listened to it twice that night. But yeah, I liked Bestie's remix. But I was really Bestie's remix, I could hear there's a lot of cool stuff going on. I like the chords. I like how Bestie kind of kept the key and chords of the song. I heard something really cool in there. That's why I was telling you when you showed me that late model, my brain, my producer brain is going off thinking, this is kind of cool. Yeah, and so I found the original mix. Oh, this is what I would have done in the 90s. I would have made the deep house mix like the Three E's did back then. So tell Bestie, he kind of got me, he made me a Three E's fan. Just the one song, the original mix for Love is Blind. It inspired me. It's because I've been wanting to make a deep house song for a while now. Me and Angie have, and I think I'm gonna go off in this direction, the smooth, sexy, soulful, grooving deep house vibe. AJ, thank you for the dishwasher repair fund. Yeah, we had to pay a lot of money to people this week for not only getting the dishwasher, but the delivery, install, and haul away of the old broken unit. And then the electrician and the patching he had to do for the holes in the wall because he had to install a new dedicated circuit. So thank you. It's been an expensive week basically. Yeah, I think Sunday was that the day. Yeah, Sunday we went to the local big box home improvement retailer and ordered the dishwasher, and electrician came Wednesday, got installed. The dishwasher got installed today. So thank you. It's been what's the word I'm looking for? A drainage of money. So thanks for the dishwasher repair fund, AJ. Much appreciated. Let's see. Carmichael, the album I was talking about, Michael Jackson's, the one with Rock My World. Invincible, that's it. It's from, 2001. Awesome to hear you are familiar with those songs. Not many people are. Those songs are amazing. Seriously, Butterfly, Rock My World, so good. I want to listen to those songs again. I haven't heard them for a few years. Michael sings so well in those songs. It's like, he hasn't lost anything from like his, people think his peak around the Thriller time. And Thriller is an amazing album too, don't get me wrong. But yeah, anyway, yeah, cool. I'm glad you like that era too. Yeah, Billie Jean, right, one of the coolest, funkiest songs ever. That's my favorite song on Thriller. By far. Not to say the other songs are bad, but Billie Jean, yeah, ultimate, like, chill, cool song. Anyway, Pat Benatar. I saw Pat Benatar actually live in Hawaii. Did I ever talk about that story? Yeah, she's really short, yeah. Yeah, it's a long story, but yeah, when I was a kid in the 80s, I saw Pat Benatar play live in Hawaii at Honolulu. It was kind of a weird bunch of, I didn't meet her or anything like that, just weird circumstances that led us to go see her that time. Let's see. And food. Did you say you had to get some hearing aids or something like that because your ears are thrashed from like guitar playing and like boat engines or something like that? I told you not to get the Marshall stack. I mean, if you have to put in hearing aids, yeah, Marshall stack should. You shouldn't get a lower wattage amp that you could just like play at a comfortable level. If you ever want to switch, or not switch, but add to your amp collection, get a low wattage amp that sounds really nice. Hit me up and I'll tell you what I got here. I have it's back there. You see some amps that I'm using just for their speakers, like speaker cabinets, but I have a little like pretty much a 1 watt amp sitting on top of that Fender back there. Yeah, he's got a half stack. Yeah. So yeah, that's the opposite, of what I got here. I have something that, I can crank that 1 watt amp and it's loud. Seriously, like, 1 watt, if you're going through an efficient speaker, you could put out like 95 decibels. That's loud. That's enough to get your neighbors super pissed at you and enough to blow your eardrums. So you don't really need like much more than like 5 or 10 watts to like create a complete mayhem of insane volume, assuming you got good speakers for it. But anyway, let's see. AJ points out more 5 foot tall women. Pat Benatar. I didn't know Christina Aguilar was that short. Really? I had no clue. She seems so much bigger. I guess she's got so much presence and that voice is so huge, right? But it's coming from a 5 foot tall person. Wow. More beer in the monitor was your slogan? Well, I don't understand that. Tell me more about what that meant. More beer in the monitor. Okay, I saw that earlier. Nikki was talking about. I thought Nikki was speaking hypothetically, but you're speaking very realistic, Nikki. That you might get a house where you'd be inheriting chickens, and you want to rescue them from what they're doing. Is that right? That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would do if I was going to get a new house and someone was keeping chickens there. My first thought would be I don't want the responsibility, but I don't want to kill them. Obviously, I'd try to find a rescue that would take control of them, take care of them. If that couldn't happen, then I'd really have to think long and hard, like, gee, am I equipped to become like a chicken daddy and all that's entailed by that? More beer in the monitor was a drunk saying from when you were hanging out with bands. Well, why would you want more beer in the monitor? I guess it's a drunk thing. You're saying like the floor monitors that the band performing on the stage are listening to so they can hear themselves. So drunk, just put beer, get some beer in the monitor. Is that it? Okay, Nikki, so you're seeing more places tomorrow, but you're considering the chicken one. So what are you gonna do? What's your thoughts, Nikki? I must have missed it. Are you thinking try to find a rescue, or you will be the rescue yourself for these chickens? Yeah, I get the drunk thing now, late Mahler. So drunk, just put beer in the monitor. That's gonna help out. The band will like that. Let's see. Interesting. You will be the rescue. Well, good for you, Nikki. That's awesome. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work and responsibility. So good for you. I don't know how I feel about like being responsible for animals anymore. I tell you, once my pets pass, Angie and I made a pact. No more. I mean, they're awesome. Love them. They're part of the family. But man, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of emotion and a lot of joy, a lot of sorrow. But yeah, it's just so expensive to go to the vet and stuff now and everything. So anyway, yeah, that'll be part of my retirement, having a few extra $100 a month just from not having that. But right now, we love them and we pamper them, and they are full-fledged members of our family, and we will treat them as such for the remaining time. Wow, your charge nurse has a farm with 70 chickens? Well, oh, it's a farm. I think it was a rescue, so you could give your chickens to your charge nurse, but if they're a farm, they actually might like end up like, exploiting and harming them maybe. So I don't know. If you however, what do you think? If you could find a place there that could be rescued, would you prefer that rather than taking on the responsibility, the work, time, the money yourself? What do you think? But yeah, if it brings you joy, that might be cool. Some people might really dig that, inheriting a house that has chickens, and taking care of the chickens as part of the new steward. What's the word? You have dominion over them. A lot of people think, yeah, that word. Don't you laugh at that when people say, yeah, God says we have dominion over the planet. Dominion doesn't mean you should kill them. Look up what the word dominion means. It means to like take care of, to govern. It doesn't mean kill. But yeah, you have dominion. True, the real essence of what dominion means, to take care of, to be responsible for them. So that's cool. Uncle says, hit the like button if you haven't already. So hit that like button and let YouTube know that I don't suck at YouTube. Maybe I do suck at YouTube. Maybe the algorithm's right, and I'm just not all that interesting and entertaining as Happy Healthy Vegan here. I don't know, but I don't care. I mean, I do care, but I'm not bummed if that's true. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. Let's see. When you were volunteering late model at Miyoko's animal sanctuary, we gave the eggs back to the chickens, and sometimes the dog if it was around. Yeah, well, that's not humans exploiting, using animal products for their human purposes. It's for chicken purposes. And I guess the dog too got in on it. What? Is that true? Fu Manpu Mike of Loverboy, the 80s band, weighs 700 pounds and hasn't left his house in 4 years? Wow. Let's see, VLAN, what about predators? Is it possible to keep chickens indoors away from predators? Wow. Yeah, I don't know how that works out, huh? I guess that's why they have chicken coops. See, you have to learn all this stuff. Then I'd be worried, seriously. If you're taking care of the chickens as a vegan, I'm sure you're going to love them, like pets almost, or like family members almost. You like them like pets who are almost like family members. My point is, if a predator got into him, you'd be devastated, right? Not like a farmer would, I just lost all this money and egg product. No, you'd be devastated because of what happened to your little family members there. So it's just responsibility. Think about the consequences. And I'm sure you are. I'm absolutely certain you are. Sounds like you are. Just, anyone out there, think about taking on an animal, or a human for that matter, as your something you have dominion over, your responsibility. Think about the responsibilities, and if you be honest with yourself, and make sure you can live up to what is required. Yeah, chickens are smart. People like to say, I eat the animal because it's dumb. Well, first of all, you're conveniently asserting that these animals are dumb to make it seem like it's okay, but that's not true. And even if it were, that's not a justification. If that were true, then people with high IQs could eat people with low EQs. I'm thinking of music. IQs, intelligence. We can't eat people who are mentally challenged or anything like that. So the intelligence difference is not a justification. Let's see. So Carmichael, when you go to the seminar tomorrow, the Michael Jackson producer is going to go over the 1995 album History. If you're not familiar with that one, you should check out that one. Ever heard the song Scream? It's not ringing a bell right now. In the 90s, I kind of, that part of the 90s, I think Late Model can relate to that part of the 90s too. We were both like really weird back then, right? I don't think I was listening to any major label stuff around 90. Well, man, I'll take that back. I was listening to a lot of like Sade's Love Deluxe. I was like totally into that, like 1993, 94, listening to it all the time. But I think Michael Jackson fully fell off my radar by then. That's probably why I didn't discover Invincible until around 2012 or something like that. Oh, thanks, Cheesy the Mouse. Thank Heidi. Heidi sent me this shirt as a gift, Christmas gift. So yeah, thanks, Heidi. So weird. Late Model says late 80s and mid 90s, super weird. Yeah, I was pretty weird back then too. I really, I wasn't really listening to that much stuff outside of like the thing I was into, like the scene I was into, which is pretty much like smaller underground-ish type bands from Great Britain. I guess the biggest band I was kind of listening to sort of then would be something like The Cure, so even then they were kind of too big for me. Big bands for me. I was listening to in the early mid 90s, like Slow Dive, Cocteau Twins. You were talking like early Creation Records, 4AD labels, stuff like that. Really not mainstream stuff at all. I just kind of lost touch with mainstream music then. Kind of as I have now, unless you count K-pop. Ah, AJ, awesome. Classic. And then 80s, you had big permed hair and wore leg warmers in the 80s. It's cool. Sometimes I'll see people like post on social media. This is what females or ladies look like in the 80s, the big permed hair. I go, wow, yeah, so many people had that. And it makes you wonder, like, wow, no one does that anymore. Is it like really hard to do, or just no one wants to do it anymore? Because it's such a interesting and cool look. I like the 70s too. I had kind of a feathered hair. You kind of get it cut and layered and you brush it back. It has that nice kind of feathered look. Like, people don't do that as much anymore. Nikki, Tofu. Yeah, Love Deluxe by Sade. Yeah, it's still such a lush album. I mean, it's absolutely timeless. A lot of 80s or 90s music, when you hear it, it sounds weird, sounds kind of like dated, crude production. Not Love Deluxe. Sounds perfect. You wouldn't think if you heard Sade's Love Deluxe, oh, it was made like 33 years ago or something like that. No, it just sounds like it was made last year. Yeah, every time I throw on a song of Love Deluxe, I'm just transported in this beautiful world that I don't want to leave. It's just perfect. Anyway, yeah, if you guys have never heard Sade's Love Deluxe, check it out. I mean, her big hits from the 80s are really cool, like Smooth Operator, Is It a Crime? Stuff like these are cool songs, but Love Deluxe is a whole nother level of just like super, it's just songs that are just textures and has that beautiful sadness that just it just gets me. Anyway, your flock of seagulls here was your trademark. Awesome. Speaking of flock of seagulls, do you guys notice this when you tell me if my experience parallels yours, especially all you guys that are older like me, Gen X and stuff, but when I go to a lot of stores to just get stupid things, like Petco or whatever, I'll hear like 80s music. I go, who wants to hear this? All the people working look like Gen Z, maybe young millennials at best. Like, who are these songs for? And it's usually bad 80s songs, like, some bad Men at Work song or something like that. But the other day, though, I go, oh, this is actually a good 80s song to be playing. It was Space Age Love Song by Flock of Seagulls. It starts off with that cool guitar. It's like, yeah, this is a cool song. I don't feel stupid when I hear that song. But usually when I go into these stores, it's like, are they trying to make me feel old? Are they trying to make me feel comfortable? Like, oh, our customers are old. You need to make them feel comfortable with the 80s music. Like, no, it makes me feel uncomfortable to hear that stuff. It's like, man, I used to hear that song in high school. I don't want to think about that. It's like that ancient past. But I don't know why they play 80s music. They usually play dumb songs. Like, say, like Wham, Wake Me Up Before You Go. Horrible song. They have much better Wham songs than that one. But it's like, and I like Wham too. I think George Michael's got an amazing voice, But anyway, I just don't like to hear 80s music when I'm going out. I don't like to be reminded of like what it was like to hear like that music in the 80s. No, I love Wham. I probably listened to Careless Whisper like more times than you have probably, and I love their first album. Like the first album's just so cool. So it's cool. Like it's just so raw and fun. Like Ray of Sunshine. I love that song. Nothing Looks the Same in the Light. I love these songs. They're so cool. But yeah, not Waking Me Up Before You Go or Freedom. These are just it's like with BTS. People think, it's about like Permission to Dance and stuff. Like, no, those are the bad songs. They have way better songs than these corny ones that got popular. Guilty Feet have got no rhythm, though it's easy to pretend I'm not a fool. Little River Band, that's reminiscent, right? Yeah, I like that chill, what do they call it, kind of like yacht rock stuff, that smooth 70s thing. Yeah, I like smooth music. That smoothness is, I perceive myself as making smooth music. So I relate to a lot of those yacht rock bands. I don't think royalties are any less for 80s music. You know what I mean? It all comes down to how the music gets licensed. There's no discount. Like for my music that I stream, from my 1990s albums, I receive the same royalty rate as I do for songs that get released yesterday, so there shouldn't be any difference. And it's not public domain yet. That takes a long time. I think, I think some of Walt Disney's earliest stuff, like Oswald, his character that he created before Mickey Mouse, entered the public domain a few years ago, and I'm not that old, so no, it's not any cheaper to get 80s music licensed. As far as I know, I'm not saying I'm an expert in this, but I do know a bit about it because this is how I generate revenue, one of my many streams of income. So I do know a bit about how that works out. Let's see, D Rabbit White, listening from the background. Wanted to throw your 2 cents about 80s hair. Cool. I can't wait to see what you said. People associate big with 80s, but that was the last half of the 80s. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that was like later 80s, right? Last half of the 80s to the 90s. Look at your yearbooks, early 80s. Yeah, the early 80s were still looking like the 70s. Yeah, I remember my pictures in the early 80s. It's really after like New Wave started getting big that the hair started getting big. Like when New Wave really started hitting the mainstream. It's around that time or a little bit after when the hair started getting big. But in the early 80s, we were still thinking, hey, it's the 70s. That was my vibe. That was my attitude then. Oh, you're going to go listen to Sade for 10 minutes, Nikki? Which song? Let me know which song you're going to check out. Uncle, Duran? What about Duran? Duran? Yeah, Duran, another, like, I think a very misunderstood 80s band, a lot of people associate them, yeah, they're party music, they're shallow, superficial, but they're, like, good looking and make this fun music. They have some really cool, deep songs too, like really beautiful, sad songs, like say like "Save a Prayer." Angie and I just love that song. Song's like perfect. And the Wedding album. I remember when they made that album in the '90s. I go, wow, it's so good. Like "Ordinary World," "Come Undone." I've talked about this before. Yeah, they've got some really cool stuff. But it's more than just like Girls on Film and Rio and stuff like that. Those are cool. But yeah, I like the deep, moody stuff. That's just me. I don't know why. I'm just attracted to the sad songs. Yeah, Chauffeur. There you go. There's a cool song. New Religion. Love New Religion. That first album of theirs is pretty genius. Planet Earth. But yeah, Save a Prayer on the next album, masterpiece. Uncle, Smooth Operator. Yeah, that's a chill song. I tell you, I liked her 80s stuff, but I really fell in love with Sade in the 90s with Love Deluxe. If you haven't heard Love Deluxe, you're in for a treat. Just be glad. That's how I feel sometimes when I find like, wow, how come I didn't discover this song or album back in the day? It took me like 10, 20, or sometimes 30 years to find something. And instead of getting bummed about that, I look at the bright side, the optimist side. I go, well, great, I can enjoy it now. I can use a little love and enjoyment of some hip new songs to my ears now. It's great. I'm glad the universe saved it for me and I can listen to it now. Let's see. I'm so curious to see what song Nikki's going to listen to by Sade. So how are we doing here on time? All right, 6:45, totally cool. And Angie was saying, man, she's so tired. She goes, because I told her we both had bad sleep. It's like, oh man, she's going, I don't know if I have the energy. We're talking about making plantains, because we have some plantains that are looking kind of ripe. Make our little Cuban night dish, I think, as we described in the Happy Holiday Vegan Cookbook. But it's a lot of different pots going on. I don't know if she's up for it or not, so we'll see how it goes. Guess I can always drive to Panda Express, but I don't like driving at night now. There's just so many accidents in our area. I just kind of like, is it really worth it to go get some Chinese food and to, like, risk my life with all the drunks out at night? So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm just getting old and weird, but I don't think so. The statistics and data bear my attitude out. Oh no, Heidi. No, Nikki loves Sade. I think I started talking about Sade. Nikki couldn't resist. I was like, God dang it, I gotta go listen to Sade now. Ryan got me all hyped. I think that's what happened. AJ, what's going on? So I thought I read they found some kind of compromise to fund, the Senate found a compromise to fund the TSA without funding the whole Homeland Security Department. But I saw a headline a little bit after that that Senate bill or whatever is dead on arrival in the House. So I don't know what's going to happen. It just I'm just glad I'm not flying right now. This just sucks. Everything's all screwed up right now. You're thinking, she's going to love it. Yeah, she already loves it, and she loves it so much she had to pull herself away from us to go check out Sade. She'll be back in 10 minutes. So I'm with her right now in spirit, and I'm so happy that she's listening to Sade right now. I can't wait for her to tell me what she was listening to so I can, assume it's a song right now, I can recollect it. That was a good song. Yeah, I feel good now just thinking about that song. Okay, that did happen, but Trump vetoed it. So the travel TSA got their funding. Is that what's going on? I'm totally lost on that one. Because I don't know what's the right answer, but I think people flying airplanes, shouldn't be totally screwed like they are right now. It's a lot. It's not every airport, but a decent amount. It shouldn't be their fault that that there's a budget impasse, and it shouldn't be the fault of employees having to work for free in the interim. Yeah, Uncle. Yeah, people are complaining more. They wait more hours waiting than it takes to fly, and they're going to miss their flight because they weren't budgeting to wait for 6 hours or whatever. Okay. AJ says the TSA funding bill passed in the House. It passed bipartisan, at least in the Senate, passed bipartisan legislation, but Trump vetoed it. So he doesn't want TSA agents to get funded. Wow, he doesn't want to help to fix the problem that he's kind of like creating. Let's see. Heidi says Elon tried to pay the TSA but legally wasn't allowed. Interesting. I didn't hear about that. That does seem like it could be an issue. Yeah. It's all so confusing, and it's just so depressing. And I'm sure it's depressing for all of us when you see every day all the war and all our investment accounts like taking a hit because of the probably inflation and recession that might be coming because of all this. So anyway, conflict of interest. Yeah, Heidi, absolutely. But he tried to do it, including back pay. Yeah, he could totally afford it. Yeah, if you're, if people are talking about you as being potentially the world's first trillionaire, yeah, you could pay a department's salary for a year. You could end homelessness. But anyway, Peter, is this a new video, Peter? That crazy raw guy I keep making videos about. Do I have to make another one? That raw guy is telling people, do not take B12. Raw food is all you need. What a effing a-hole. That guy should be kicked off. You guys need to report this guy. I'll report this guy. That's dangerous information, really. Don't take the nutrient that could cause nerve and brain damage and is hard to get on a plant-based diet. Just drink his juice. Pay this asshole $3,000 to teach you how to drink juice, but don't take supplements because he's not selling them. He's not getting a cut of it. Just do the juice thing that he's charging you for. Wow, what a complete a-hole. All right, oh, cool. Kiss of Life. Oh, that's such a delightful song. Feel No Pain. I'm having trouble recalling that one off the top of my head. But Kiss of Life, fully immersed. My brain's in it right now. I'm fully hearing it in my head. So awesome, Nikki. I'm living vicariously through your Sade fix there. Awesome. Hey, Redlogs, thanks for making it. Yeah, Uncle, they're saying it's roughly about $1 billion a day of taxpayer money to fund this war, which doesn't seem like it's going to end anytime soon. It's just, that's the whole thing. That's why the stock market's been going to crap lately. It just doesn't seem to be an obvious, clear exit strategy for this whole thing. So, yeah, and it's $1 billion a day as we're waiting for this to happen. Yeah, but that's crazy. Considering all the we got to cut government down, make it slim with Doge and all this shit from Elon Musk, and Yeah, not to get too political. I'm just saying. I'm just saying I'm fiscally conservative, like a lot of us here are. Might not agree with some of the social stuff that's happening with the administration, but we're fiscally conservative. This is just $1 billion a day, yet we're cutting like services to people that need it, but $1 billion a day. I thought we had to get tight so the billionaires could get their tax cuts, what they got, which they did get, but $1 billion a day right now. Yeah. Wow, I don't remember that song Scream. It's the only time you find that Michael and Janet work together on a song. Well, I'll check out Scream by Michael Jackson. I don't think I'll forget that name. When I think of Scream, it makes me think of a late 80s goth club in from Los Angeles. I think I went to it a few times. Anyway, can't remember anymore. It's been a long time. Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't mind paying taxes. Not to be political. I mean, I don't like to. I just got my all my info from my accountant. I gotta say how much money I gotta write a check to the government and stuff, and estimated taxes. Crap, I hate this stuff. But I wish it would go to things that actually would help people rather than wars and crap. But anyway, enough of my stuff. I don't think that's a political sentiment. I think a lot of people don't really like funding the world's largest military. It just seems like crazy. I thought our military budget's 10 times that of any other. I think of all nations combined, ours is 10 times that. It's some incredible amount of money. Wow. So we're just basically getting taxed so we can have a military and not much else. Anyway, what's that, late model? You paid up the ass in taxes this year? Yeah, I have to pay more in estimated taxes than for now, like April and the rest of the year. And I gotta write a nice little check to the government too. So yeah, sucks. And this is all happening at a time when money's going out because of the electrical upgrade I needed for the dishwasher and the dishwasher. So it's kind of a draining time. Then I have to pay my accountant too, my tax accountant, because I told you my taxes are rather complicated because I'm self-employed and have my own businesses. So it's a bit more complicated than what I'm capable of. So I got to pay her up too. So yeah, it's a tight cash time here in our little world. Anyway, let's see, Uncle. It would only cost each American $113,000 to pay off our national debt. Wow, the average American doesn't have $113 anyway. They shouldn't have to give it up to pay off a debt that they probably didn't contribute to. Wow, it's an interesting stat. Let's see. AJ, you do antiques dealing again, except you hate doing the self-employment taxes. Hey, that comes part of doing your own business. I guess you have to ask yourself, is it worth it or not to you? If it's something, you want to pursue as a business, then you just got to suck it up and do it, 38 trillion debt. Damn, that is insane. Really? It's that high now? Oh my God. Wow. All right, that's depressing, but I don't know what that's going to actually end up meaning for the rest of our lives. Well, let's get some better news, man. We're on a depressing run right now. Is there something good that's happening? I can't think of anything that's happening on a large scale current event that's actually kind of good. Damn. AJ, it's totally worth it. Yeah, if you're gonna if you're gonna have a more complicated personal income tax situation, it's well worth it to hire a tax accountant. Yeah, it's a lot of money. They usually charge maybe 200 odd bucks an hour, but it's worth it because I'd never in my life figure out how to do it on my own. I'm sure I'd make all sorts of mistakes. What's the new trend that teenage girls are doing, Heidi? Maybe this will make us laugh or cheer us up. What do you know? Uncle, yes, I have clean dishes now. I ran a quick load. I did like a quick 1 hour wash. Just like before, like I think I did it like at 3:45, just so I could see it done before the live stream. Yeah, it looked pretty good from what I could tell. It was really weird too. I actually opened up the dishwasher and having hot air and steam come out. Like, whoa, mine had my broken one hadn't done that until since it broke like last September or so. So it was like, wow, clean. They look clean. They're gonna dry. This is awesome. AJ, sorry for the depressing facts. Hey, it's good, as they say. I'd rather be a sad Socrates or a dissatisfied Socrates than a happy pig, because at least Socrates would know why he's bummed, So I'd rather know what's really going on rather than be blissfully unaware and just happy and not know all the bad shit going on. I don't need to know all the bad shit going on. That's why I have a very curated way of that news and information reaches me. I just don't click on or let anything come into my social media sphere. That's a good way to look at it, Nikki. If you, as a person, can have zero credit card debt and no car payment, so can the government. The debt is ridiculous. Yeah, I don't really talk too much about how I deal with those issues, Nikki, but I'm with you there. Yeah, we pay off credit card every month. Don't carry a debt. Just suck it up and pay it every month, because otherwise you're paying some insane interest rate. Like, what are credit card interest rates at? Like 20-30%? Like, that's crazy. I mean, if you ever were to meet with a financial advisor, he or she will tell you that before you start sucking money away into like savings or stocks or whatever, pay off your credit card debt, because you're lucky if your investments will return 20% in a year, 30%. But yeah, credit cards taking that away from you right there. So yeah. Okay, so teenage girls, Heidi, they like dirty white sneakers. They're on purpose. You keep wearing them dirty for worn and casual aesthetic. Oh, that's interesting. I guess I'll be really hip with my dirty sneakers. I guess they're not white though. I do have my old ANI, as nature intended, those vegan sneakers. Yeah, they're pretty old and dirty looking now. I'll wear them and be cool. They're the new holy jeans, huh? What's that, Shelby? Dishwasher talk is cool? I didn't know that. I wasn't talking about dishwashers to be cool. Just it's what's dominated this week for me. Technology Connections did multiple YouTube videos on them. It's wild. Yeah, dishwashers have come a long way since I got my last one. Probably like in my previous one. Probably got it sometime around 2010 or so. Yeah, it lasted a while. And this stream is totally all over the place, late model. Is it because I'm tired today or what? How come it's so kind of schizo tonight? What's happened? Is it me just delirious from not having good sleep and not being able to focus right, or what? Uncle. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do about No King's Day or not tomorrow. I really don't know. I obviously am a support of the cause. Don't want to be like photographed by by the government and have my face in a database or anything either. I guess you could always wear a mask or something like that. So yeah, but yeah, as late model knows, I've really never really been like a protester type, but this is a worthy one for sure. But yeah, I've never really gone out and like protested as a vegan. I've never like gone to protest at a public place or a slaughterhouse or anything like that. It's just not in my DNA. I don't feel that comfortable in situations like that, but I find them valuable and totally like good things to do. I just don't feel comfortable in situations like that usually. So I'm not sure. I took too much Benadryl. Isn't that like a drug from the 50s or something, like Benny's? Yeah, I know there's one not too far away in Long Beach. Yeah, I saw on Reddit where the location is at. Yeah, you could always wear a mask, if you want to keep like ICE or some federal agency from taking your photo and you end up in some kind of Palantir database or something like that. Okay, AJ. Well, thanks for encouraging me there, AJ. That's awesome. Ryan says, Ryan, protesting is invigorating. You're an introvert too, and you go. Awesome. Yeah, I'll think about it. I'll weigh out the pros and cons for sure, because I know it's tomorrow. Late model, gonna take a hike in the forest tomorrow. Not on the cards for me because I don't really have a forest I can go to around here without having to drive like 2 hours or so. So that's a cool option for you. In these protests, people carry signs saying even the introverts are here. Awesome. That's great to represent introverts, because yeah, I guess that's part of my thing. I'm so heavily introverted that I just never felt like great at protests. But it's been a long time, and I'm willing to change and test myself. So maybe we'll see. I'll talk to Angie, see how we're feeling. Okay, I definitely didn't take any antihistamines or anything like that. Right, AJ, I'll think about that. Just go for a short bit. Buddy, Heidi, you're gonna walk through the Boston one to check it out. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it before. Yeah, one time I kind of walked through like an area that was really close to it on the day of. Yeah, I saw. It was like the morning. People were gathering, and I felt comfortable. I didn't feel bad or weird or anything like that. I saw people with their signs, you know, and I felt a sense of connection, a solidarity, I guess is the word I'm looking for, a unity and spirit of what it represents. So I can see how it wouldn't be a bad thing. I know I wasn't getting photographed there because I was like a few blocks from where they were gathering. I was in an area where like a major street where they were like walking down to get towards the beach where it was happening. So I felt good with that. I felt cool doing that. So AJ says just walk in with the protesters without saying anything is helpful. You sing and laugh at the protest. Or I'll think about it, AJ. Seriously. I'll see if I take some baby steps. Maybe that was my first baby step. That was the first one, the very first No King's Day. That's what I'm referring to. When I was in an area that morning where people were on their way, and I was amongst them on their way. Let's see what Blood Rose say. It doesn't encourage people, does it? The government should support and inspire businesses, not ring the dry for every. I must misread something there. Well, sounds like you have a nice day planned there, late model. I need to have another day out. I haven't had a good little. I just need to get out one day, maybe. Yeah, and then it's supposed to rain next week. Strange. We've had this crazy heat wave, and I have the air conditioner on again. Usually in March, I don't need to do that. But yeah, anyway, weather's going to be weird here. So I guess I should get out one day before the rain starts again. AJ says, yeah, the protests can be a lot of fun, but yeah, be careful. As always, when in a large group, especially a large group that's not like behind security, like if you go to a concert or a sporting event, just always have your be on the lookout. Just be aware of your surroundings. You'll probably be safe, but yeah, you never know if some anti-protester might come and throw some crazy crap at you or something, So just be on, just have your wits about you. Hey, you know what I should do right now? I should show you a little bit of our latest music video here. I know a few of you. I won't play the whole thing this time, but I know not everyone is able to make it to it. So let me share with you the latest song me and Angie made. It just came out on streaming platforms last night at midnight East Coast, 9 p.m. Pacific. But let me show you a little bit of No Reply. I think I have it all working. Let me know if you hear anything or not. It should be fine. Let me just get it going here. I don't think it's working. Crap. It's not hooked in, right? It's not. Let me see if I think I know what's wrong. 1 second. It's my audio system settings. Try it one more time here. Let me see if I got it. Yeah, I think this might do it. Ah, I think it's happening now. Let me know if you're hearing it. Anyway, I don't play the whole thing, but yeah, I think my little wah-wah solo there was inspired from like Sade, like I think Cherish. I think there's some cool wah on that from Love Deluxe. But anyway, cool. I'm glad you guys are digging that. It's out. It's all on all the streaming media, like Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon streaming or whatever it's called. In fact, let me paste the link. Our music vid. Let's put it down there if you guys want to check it out later. But cool. Yeah, it's been a big day. That 'cause with that coming out, we've been promoting it all day. But yeah, I'm really proud of this song. Yeah, show Bestie this one. I think he might like it. It's, if he likes the soulful kind of vibe. Yeah, we're a little more like neo soul, like ethereal. Chill out and neo soul kind of all got together and got filtered through us. That's exactly the vibe we're going for there. So cool. Yeah, that was a fun one to make. We were going through a lot till it was like really rainy and dark here and dealing with like late models I'm talking about, an unpleasant situation from someone from my past during all this too. So yeah, but we didn't we tried to not let that like deter us, just blocked it out and we just keep on doing what we're doing, making music, and trying to make the best that we can. And late model, thank you. On the legal front, yeah, it's pretty much I think resolved. Social media, some people are not being truthful and blabbing on, but I'm used to that from Happy Healthy Vegan. I'm used to people saying stupid crap about me online. Just how it is. You know, that's what social media is great at. You know, amplifying bullshit. But as far as like the serious threat or challenge that may or may have not existed, no, it's all good. Now we just released the song, you know, so we're all good. Yeah, social media sucks, and yeah, we're using this as an opportunity to like back off social media more. Like, you know, I don't say everything, but yeah, like our presence on like Facebook is severely like decreased over the last month. But yeah, thanks guys, thanks for the kudos on the new song. Thank you. Yes, I saw Late Model answer the question. Yeah, it was Catalina Island. You guys remember, you know, longtime viewers, you probably remember our camping trips that we used to do at Catalina. I think we went almost every year, like 2018, 17, 16, 15. Like we went like 4 or 5 years in a row. And I didn't know that 2018 trip was probably the last one. We haven't gone since. I was going to go, we were going to go again in 2019. But we were too tired. We did a lot around then, around our anniversary. We just wasn't in the mood to like plan that trip out. But anyway, glad we did all the trips we did. We got some great footage, and that's where we got the cover shot. The cover shot is that phone booth out in the middle of nowhere on a dirt road, you know. And I think we got that in one of our earlier trips, because on the later trips, the shell of the phone booth, the metal is all there, but the phone is gone. You know, whoever the phone company was took it out ages ago. So it's just kind of cool, you know, having this like phone in the middle of nowhere kind of vibe. So cool. I'm glad you guys like it. Yeah, Uncle, you totally got that right. Keep moving forward. It drives them crazy. People are trying to slow you down. People are trying to shut you down. People are trying to stop you. Just keep moving forward, you know? Keep moving. Don't listen to the noise. Don't get distracted. Make sure you're in the right, as we checked, and yeah, just keep moving forward, and don't interact. Don't interact with people trying to intentionally be assholes to you. Could quote me on that. Write it down, make a t-shirt. Cheesy the Mouse, you can hear the Cocteau Twins influence. Awesome, thanks for saying that, because you know, I'm wondering, because our music is so influenced by so many different kinds of music. I was wondering if the Cocteau Twins vibe is still in there, because I'm always looking at guitars in a really lush, pretty way that they're kind of trademark known for. Like, you know, Robin Guthrie's guitar sound is kind of often pigeonholed as that kind of thing too, you know. But anyway, cool. I'm glad you can still hear that vibe in there with all the other stuff going on, the neo soul kind of stuff, and cool. Thanks. Thanks, Heidi. Thanks. It's a lovely song. Thank you. So I'm just reading through all your comments. Yeah, you weren't sure it was Catalina. Yeah, it's totally Catalina, 100%. Ever in the video premiere, Late Model said, oh, she felt really comfortable. It reminds her of like fire roads from where she's from. I go, no, that's like the main highway of Catalina. That's how you get from one side of the island to the other. It's not paved. It's only paved in the two little towns. And I've emphasized the word little. Once you leave the little towns, it's dirt road. That's like the 5 freeway there. It's just like the dirt road. I like that too. I'm not complaining a bit. You know, I'm glad that it has that old school, just old-fashioned vibe out there. I love going out there, you know. There's very little like cell phone reception out there, no Wi-Fi. I just feel like normal, natural person. Well, if you ever get out this side of the country, Heidi, yeah, if you want some chill, old-school Western vibes, beautiful nature, yeah, Catalina is lovely. Even if all you can do is just go visit their main city, Avalon, and it's you already can see the vibe of how pretty it is out there. But to really see what we saw in the video and experience, you need to get out to the rugged interior and backside, the opposite side of the island from Avalon. That's yeah, that's where we go camping at, because I just want to get away from humans and just immerse myself in that just beautiful nature that you saw there. It's one of my favorite places to be. Heidi, is it by Fullerton? No, it's out in the ocean. You got to get down to like Long Beach here, then take the Catalina Express. You really catch it nearby, and typically in San Pedro, and it takes about like an hour-ish or so, a little over an hour to get out there by a ferry boat, I think they're called. Yeah, no cars there. The only cars there are people, they belong to people who work there. No, I'm sorry, who live there. And even if you live there, that's not sufficient. You have to get on a waiting list. So you might be living there like a decade or two and only have like a golf cart, like a plug-in electric golf cart. That's I don't think there's any limitations to that. But to actually have a car, there's a finite amount. So there's very little road traffic there, which is great. You know, if a car is coming on that road, they belong there. They know what they're doing. They understand all the responsibilities, and they drive way better than people do out here in the cities. AJ, I don't think too many celebrities live on Catalina. It's kind of, it's a cool place. They might have some vacation homes out there, maybe. There's just not a lot of property out there. Celebrities probably want something where you can have a bigger lot, more privacy, and there's just a couple places like that out there. Just usually small homes on a little grid, like, you know, maybe like, you know, 1,000 square foot homes on these little tiny lots. So not too many celebrities live out there. And it's really hard to live out there if you're famous. Like, everyone would see you and recognize you. And then all the work's on the mainland. It's a pain in the butt to ride the ferry or get an airplane or helicopter to take you back out. So yeah, it's kind of, it's not like, it's a place that has a history of celebrities visiting, like say Marilyn Monroe and stuff like that, but yeah, not really living at. Uncle, you only went to Catalina once? That's crazy. You live out here. You're a Southern California person too. You can see Catalina on clear days. You've only went once, almost 50 years ago. You got to go again, Uncle. It's imperative you see Catalina again. Where are the trolls? They're not here tonight. Yeah, it's like the Cape Cod of the West sort of, Heidi, in that a lot of those little houses I was talking about are often built in a Cape Cod style. It's really cute. It's a really cute little town, Avalon. But it's, you know, it's really a tourist town. But yeah, there is a small population that lives there. Oh, AJ, you would love it. Yeah, I mean, you would love visiting Catalina and living in Avalon too. I could see you totally digging that. I mean, I've considered living out there too, but it's quite expensive because it's an island, it's isolated, and it's just so tiny as far as the land that was developed for for homes and stuff. The rest of it's like 95% of the island is preserved. It's owned by like a nature conservancy. So it's just, you know, it's just really, it's compact and expensive. Rhode Island. I've always wanted to go to Rhode Island. So yeah, maybe one day if I visit the East Coast again, we'll check out Rhode Island. Let's see. It's a trippy place. It is kind of trippy. Yeah, Catalina is a beautiful place. It's weird for sure. It's got its pros and its cons, but it's got undeniable beauty. There's no debate about that, and just undeniable like getting away from the masses of people too. If you get onto the backside of the island where we go camping, but then if you go in the summertime, it gets super crowded. So it's like the crowds came and joined you. But we tried to go like in October when the weather's gorgeous. All those shots were in October where the weather's beautiful. You know, it looks like summer, but the crowds have gone away. They're back at school or work or whatever. Or they don't think you can go in October because it's too cold. No, it's the perfect time. Peter, yeah, just stay as long or little as you can tonight, Peter. We've had 0 trolls. Uncle is ready to ban people who are not cooperating, but it's totally chill. Yeah, as you saw, they have buffalo there too, which are a leftover from I think it's in the 20s. They were going to film a Western movie out there. Hollywood brought some bison, and the movie never got filmed, apparently, or at least it didn't get finished, but they left the bison out there. So, yeah, that's why there's buffalo there. It's not, they weren't there like naturally. Hollywood brought them and left them there. Shows you how irresponsible they are. They bring buffalo to a finite, contained ecosystem. They don't film their movie, and instead of responsibly taking their bison back, they just left them there to roam, where the buffalo roam. Peter, that raw guy says you can't get gray hairs if you eat raw. That's funny. I know of raw people. People have been raw for like decades and do fasting and cleansing and all that crap. They have gray hair. They lost their hair and it got gray as they got older. So I could make a video just showing, no, look at like Lauren Lockman or something like that. Robert Lockhart, who died from fasting too much. I mean, these guys all got gray hair. Doug Graham, what was he talking about? All these guys got gray hair and lost their hair. Raw doesn't do anything to stop that. That's just complete nonsense. Are there wild horses in California, AJ? I've heard there. I think I've heard of there being wild horses out in the deserts somewhere. I've not seen them. I think that's how it works. And if so, there might not be that many because I've never seen them. Yeah, they're late model east towards Nevada, or just out in the middle of the Mojave Desert or something like that. Oh yeah, Natalie Wood, I believe, died. The actress Hollywood actress Natalie Wood died at Catalina back in the 70s. A boat accident, drowning. Just reading what Peter's saying. Yeah, he says a lot of nonsense. That Raw guy just says so many things that are just so easy to disprove. I mean, I could just make a 1 minute video showing, nope, this guy's raw. He's got gray hair. You're full of shit, Shane, or whatever his name is. Um, wow, can't believe he would say something so easily disprovable. I guess, that guy is super truth challenged. Honestly, when I look at that guy's eyes, that Raw dude I've been making videos about, do you guys feel something like just this is me. I'm not trying to be defamatory or anything like that in case he wants to sue me. I'm just speaking my opinion here. I feel something really just like dark and scary, like evil, like that's I feel when I look at this dude. I just feel something just really like he puts on this vibe. Hey, I'm so cool. I speak all this truth because I drink juice and I know everything. He puts on this vibe like he's so chill or something like that. But I just feel I feel this darkness thing. This really gets me. And I don't mind darkness. I like dark music and stuff like that. But when I see it in a person, it's frightening. It scares the hell out of me. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Yeah, you're right, Travis. Only fake raw foodists get gray hairs. They're munching on potatoes and beans, right? They're cheating. That's the only reason why these raw guys' hair turned gray. Oh, cool. Um, Moby speaking at Vegan Campout. Awesome. Good for him. South Park nailed him. Who'd they nail? They couldn't have nailed the raw guy because he's not famous enough. Or is he? And South Park, have they come back recently? I remember watching a lot of stuff last few months ago. Or I don't remember. Maybe it ended around Christmas or so. Are they back? No, I never saw the last movie that Natalie Wood was in, Brainstorm. No. Thanks for letting me know that, Peter, that people still think of me in the vegan world. Thanks, that's good to know. Um, yeah, that was, according to Uncle, yeah, Brainstorm was the last Natalie Wood movie before she drowned. Wow, you guys know more about this than I do. I see Shelby and Late Model talking about. It sounds like a lot of alcohol was consumed that night. That's one thing I noticed amongst people who are into boats. Have you noticed this? I'm not saying this in a bad way, but they seem, especially the ones I've seen at Catalina. I mean, it seems like there's a hell of a lot of drinking. Like it sounds like having a boat or something is like an excuse to get really drunk, right? I'm sure there's many people who love being out in the water and they don't drink or don't drink much, but I just see like tons of alcohol abuse going on boats. I hear them screaming and freaking out and stuff, all drunk and stuff, and I'm like, inland, and I hear these guys drinking all and loudly going nuts. But anyway, yeah, it seems like a lot of drinking. Let's see, Peter, you're not going to vegan camp out. It's the same time as your local vegan festival. Yeah, support your local vegan festival for sure. What's that? Money can't buy you happiness, Travis, but it can buy you a yacht big enough to pull up right alongside it. Yeah, it sounds like a true crime kind of thing. Like, how did she really die? Was there a cover up? Um, oh, Josh Groban performing in Victoria Free this summer? Awesome. Yeah, one day I'd like to get up there, Peter. Yeah, Victoria sounds like a super pleasant place to be in the summer. When it starts getting a bit warm down here, yeah, I'd love to go up there sometime and check it out. But yeah, probably won't be this year. Probably won't be until after I finally move away from here. Hopefully, if my plan goes as planned, you never know what kinds of things can screw it up. But I imagine once I do that, I can probably travel a little bit more. Oh, I hear the weirdest sound outside right now. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the hell it is. I don't know what I'm hearing. I don't feel like I'm in any danger. It sounds like a horrible vehicle trying to start up. I'm not sure. Anyway, you guys, some of you guys don't like boat rides. Um, yeah, the cruise, the Catalina cruise boat, whatever it's called. It's usually pretty chill. The boat's a fairly decent size. And typically in the summer months, there's not much wave action. There's not a lot of big swell, so it's usually a pretty chill ride. You very rarely see people getting sick or anything like that. And I think sitting in certain parts of the boat make it better. I think maybe the back is less bouncy than the front, but you guys will probably be able to do it. Yeah, Peter, you told me about a room in your building that you could rent out, so we'll see if you're still doing that when the time finally comes. Oh, your grandfather kept his boats in Long Beach. You went there a lot growing up. Yeah, Long Beach. Yeah, one of the yeah, Long Beach and Marina Del Rey are the two largest boat places. I mean, a place where you can park your boat. Is that what it's called? Dock slip, a boat slip. So yeah, it's one of the two. If you have a boat in the LA area, further south you can get into Newport and stuff like that. I'm sure the slip fees are even crazier there. But yeah, yeah, huge. A lot of boats are parked here. Yeah, Uncle. Often the ocean is more smooth in the morning because there's less wind. So yeah, the bigger wave action in the afternoon is not really from typically from a swell. It's just that the wind creates more chop, a more choppy ride, less smooth ride. But yeah, when it's all smooth, what a surfer is called glassy in the morning. Yeah, just smooth sailing, barely. As long as there's really small or no swell, you're gonna have a chill ride. You're not gonna get sick. Wow, AJ, your maternal grandmother's descendants were gypsies, presumably? Interesting. Huh. Uncle, you should not ask what's for dinner. I keep thinking I might have to end this live stream a little early because our eating kind of got messed up again today. It keeps getting messed up when people come and work here. Like we didn't eat right in the morning because we thought he was coming at 10 or 11, and he ended up coming like at 1:30, so we didn't have the big breakfast we were planning, and we kind of slapped something together really quick after. It wasn't a lot of food, so I'm actually quite hungry today. So yeah, we might end this live stream pretty soon, just because we should get something going, and we don't want to eat on a full stomach and go to bed early. You know that doesn't feel good, and we might probably fall asleep early because of our bad sleep the last couple nights. So yeah, I'll probably end this pretty soon. Actually, now that I think about how this all needs to work out. Um, so yeah, well, the hope was to make some plantains, but I don't know if Angie. She said she doesn't sure if she has the energy, the drive to do all the stuff needed to make that happen. So maybe I'll just throw a pot of like beans and rice together in the Instapot or something like that. Joe Rogan saying plants feel pain again. Guy doesn't care. He sticks to it, huh? Huh, that's interesting, Heidi. Your dad really can tell the time by just holding his hands in the sky. Interesting. Yeah, I think I probably should. I'm really feeling it now. The lack of eating right the past few days because of our schedules and our ability to use the kitchen has been screwed up due to all the activity going on in the kitchen the past couple of days. So I think I'm feeling it right now. I made a mistake last night. I ate too much cereal before going to bed. If this does this happen to you guys, who tell me, is it me just feeling stressed? Say I'll have some cereal at 10:30, and then I'll get tired and want to go to bed at 11:30. Only an hour, after eating. And then I'll wake up at maybe 4 in the morning and go, hey, my stomach feels, is that what happens when you go to bed too soon after eating? So let me know, and then I'll get going. But I just want to see, is that normal, or do I have some kind of stress problem or something like that? I don't know. Oh, hey, El Ray Moon, cool. Thanks for letting me know you've been vegan. And don't lurk. Come back next week. Whatever time it is right now, subtract an hour and a half. For me, it's 7:30 minus an hour and a half would be 6. So yeah, come back, and we do this every Friday. El Ray, so you're thinking, yeah, I know I should eat 3 hours before bed, but I didn't do that at least last night. Woke up in the middle of the night, my stomach feels like crap, I'm sure the raw guy will watch this. Oh, it's because he's eating cooked food. No, it's because I ate a bunch of stuff before I went to bed. I know I shouldn't do that, but let's see. H says, get some rest, Ryan. I hate when people I don't know invade your house. That's kind of what happened. Just disrupts everything. Okay, guys, I should do it. Because I remember now, we just had some ramen. Just little cups of ramen. It's not a lot of food, especially if you're a big dude like me. So, yeah, I really should go eat some proper food. I had some oatmeal in the morning, a cup of ramen 3 or 4 hours ago. No wonder I'm feeling kind of crap right now. So, yeah, I just need to get a proper meal in. All right, guys, thanks for being here with me on this weird day, a big day for me. Dishwasher installed, bad sleep, brand new music release. Check out our new songs. I sent you the links to the music video. I'll do it one more time. I just put a link to the music video if you want to see it again for no reply. It's on all the streaming services. Check it out. Show it to friends you think might like it. And just listen to yourself in private. And I'm going to try my best to get a video out next week. As far as I know, things should be less chaotic. We shouldn't have any dudes coming in to work on anything here. So I should get back on my grind. So yeah, Peter keeps sending me some videos. You probably sent me some this week, and I just didn't get a chance to check them out because I've just been busy with stuff here. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me on a Friday. You never know what you're going to get. You never know what I'm going to be going through. I don't know what you're going to be going through. That's why we're humans. We just try our best here, to be human, so that's why we talk about not only just vegan things, but human things too. Yeah, vegan's a huge part of my life, but just, my life's been occupied with weird stuff this week, so that's what I'm dealing with right now. But I'm going to go be vegan still. I'm going to go eat some plant food. Just Andrew and I need to figure out what it's going to be exactly. But anyway, come back every Friday, guys. I promise. I can't promise. I'll try my best. I'll be well fed next Friday. Things will be more normal, hopefully, and we'll have a regular Friday where I'm full and could last 2 hours easier. All right, guys. Oh, you sent me a short. I'll check it out, late model. Thanks so much. And thanks, Peter, for popping in as much as you could. Thank you, Uncle, for being here and holding it down in case it got nuts and we didn't have any trolls once again, as I predicted. And thank you, AJ, for the super chat tip for the to pay all the costs of our week here of getting all the work done and everything. So thanks so much. Much appreciated, guys. I'll see you guys next week with some new content and a Friday live stream. So remember, until then, guys, it doesn't suck being vegan. Bye, everyone.